How's it going, my fellow collectors? I am back again with another Hot Toys figure review. And this time we're going to take it way back. This is going to be a retro review of the Hot Toys Terminator 1 T-800 Battle Damage version. This is the MMS 238. And yeah, we're going to jump right into it with the first category being the source information. And I've already talked about the source information once before when I did the review for the Hot Toys Tech Noir Terminator figure. So if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts and opinions about the first movie, just check that figure out, or that figure review out. But to sum it all up, I did give it a 10 out of 10. So that's what the source information for this figure is going to get. 10 out of 10. So just letting you guys soak up this pose. It's really nice. All right, so that does it for that category. Now we're going to move on to the next one. All right, so now we've made it to the category of packaging. And I got to tell you guys, this is a pretty awesome package. But we'll run it down from the beginning. At the very top, you get the Terminator logo from the movie. And then you get a picture of the figure right smack dab in the middle, which is kind of stylized. They did some Photoshop, I guess, to the shading and all that on the face. I guess kind of to catch that 80s retro style, kind of like the movie cover, because you see the lines, the red lines there in the background behind him. That the cover of the movie did have that. And then right below the portrait, we have the title of the figure, MMS 238, written right there on the T. And then it says T-800. Right below that, it says Battle Damage version. And you do have like a big giant hole that's cut out, I guess, to kind of simulate the battle damage. You get bullet holes as well. And all of that is on the top layer on the cover of the box. And then right below that, it says 1/6 scale collectible figure. You get the Hot Toys logo on the bottom left and the Movie Masterpiece logo on the bottom right. Oh, and then I never noticed this before. You get a little bit of biography there. I never read it, so I'm going to read it. In the year of darkness, 2029, the rulers of this planet devised the ultimate plan. They would reshape the future by changing the past. The plan required something that felt no pity, no pain, no fear, something unstoppable. They created the Terminator. That's cool. Yeah, I never noticed that before. That's cool. So then we go to one side. You get a continuation of the portrait on the front, showing the figure's left arm holding the handle of the shotgun. And then the red lines in front also continue. And then you get the logos again. On the other side, same thing. Continuation of the portrait. You get the right shoulder. And then the red lines. The titles again. On the top, the titles again. Bottom, same thing. And on the back, this is kind of cool. You know, it says Hot Toys presents Movie Masterpiece Series, MMS 238, the Terminator T-800 Battle Damage version 1/6 scale collectible figure. Then you get the warnings and choking hazards that nobody really reads. Get the Hot Toys logo on the left toward the bottom. And then you only have the Secret Base and Toy Hunters logos on the right. This figure came out before a lot of the other retailers did, so a lot of them aren't printed on this box. And then right below all that, you get the Studio Canal logo and the barcode. And it's really awesome because it's all written in, like if it was the vision of the Terminator, you know? Like that's his heads up display. That's what he's reading on his screen. So yeah, but this image is ripped straight from the movie. You could see it's like right before he enters the motel room where Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese were staying the night. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyway, we're gonna crack this thing open and then we'll show you the inside. All right, so once we take the cover off, we get a slip cover that shows the Terminator logo right on the very top. Get a little bit more battle damage, bullet holes, and you can actually see through them. You'd see the blister. And we get those red lines again. And within the red lines, you see all of the creators of the figure. Yeah, their names and everything. So yeah, that's cool. And then it says Hot Toys Presents Movie Masterpiece Series. And then you get a little picture of the Spaz 12 gauge right there, right below that. And then it says again, MMS 238 T-800 Battle Damage Version 1/6 scale collectible figure. And right below the T-800 logo, you see a whole bunch of bullet casings that are right below it. So that's really cool. You know, they don't make them like this anymore. They really went like the extra mile. And then right behind the slipcover, we get the blister showing the figure and all of its accessories. And yeah, that's about it. On the sides, it's just a continuation of what was on the back, the Terminator's vision. Same thing on this side. So yeah. But yeah, really cool. So I don't think I've ever given a box a 10 out of 10, but I think I'm gonna have to for this one. So yeah, really good presentation, the design and everything. It just reminds you of the Terminator 1 movie cover. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. All right, so that does it for the packaging. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. Okay, so now we've made it to the category of likeness. And I gotta say that it is a very good likeness to Arnold Schwarzenegger and how he looked in 1984, even while he was wearing this wig with his singed hair. Yeah. I really like it a lot. And I think it does look like him. Is it 100% accurate? No. No, I don't think so. I can't put my finger on what's missing, but yeah, I don't think it's 100%. It's very high. I'll give you that. I do agree with most collectors saying that maybe he's a little too skinny, but I don't think that's the fault of the head. I think that's more of the body. because I do think that the jaw and chin and everything, like the lower jaw, is spot on. It's the correct proportions. It's how it's supposed to look. And also the paint applications as well, they're really good. I mean, it does have the seam line on the back, but since he's got dark hair, it's hardly noticeable unless you zoom in real close, like I'm doing here. And the reason for the seam line is because it does have a light up feature where you can turn on his left eye, but I don't know why Hot Toys decided to make it in this fashion. It's just a button, and it only stays on for like 15 seconds, I think. I don't know what they were thinking when they did that. I don't know why they couldn't have just made it in the style of the DX13 or the DX46 over there, where it stays permanently on. I mean, I understand like they're probably trying to do that to conserve battery life for people who use button cell batteries, but yeah, that was a big mistake. They should have went with something else. Definitely, because this doesn't work. But anyway, yeah, really great likeness. I'd say probably 90 to 95% accuracy. So here we have the extremely battle damaged version. Is supposed to represent after you got hit by the semi truck and dragged along the street, pretty much. So I think it's excellent work. Hot Toys went above and beyond with this. They look, you could even see the teeth on the inside of the cheek there. So yeah, a lot of people are talking about the in-art figure. It is a contender. This version, it might beat it. I mean, I did see a comparison between the Hot Toys version, which is this one, and the in-art version. And yeah, it's a very strong contender, so we'll see who takes the cake. A lot of people are already saying that the in-art version is way superior, so they might be right. I'll never find out because I am extremely happy with the Hot Toys version, this version. So yeah, I don't see the need to get the in-art version when this one is already really superior, and also the in-art version doesn't have a light up function, so it's a really missed opportunity there to get a light that stays permanently on. But anyway, yeah, this version, the extremely battle damage version, also looks like Arnold in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I gave it. Is like a I'm gonna keep that in the review. So yeah, 90 to 95% accuracy, and I'll give it a 9. So yeah. All right, so that does it for the likeness. Now we'll move on to the next category. All right, so now we've made it to the category of outfit. And full disclosure, guys, this isn't the jacket that it originally comes with. If you guys have seen a lot of my videos, I do mention several times that Um, the stock jacket that it originally came with flaked and disintegrated on me a long time ago. I probably had this figure. I've had it since it released years ago. Um, and I don't know, within a year, maybe, uh, 6 months to a year, something like that. It started flaking out of nowhere. Um, yeah, I don't think I've ever had another figure that did that just randomly. Um, I mean, I did have, or I do have the Deadpool figure, and that also disintegrated on me, but that one lasted a lot longer than the jacket on this figure. So I don't know. I don't know what Hot Toys did different this time, but whatever they did, they sure screwed up. Anyway, this is the Present Toys Future Warrior battle damage version jacket. I kind of lucked out. I bought the stock figure of the Future Warrior by Present Toys, and I just took the jacket from that and put it on this, and then I posted the Future Warrior on eBay without the jacket, and I sold it for a price minus the jacket, with which I thought was, you know, fair. And somebody bought it, like, I think within a day, but it's not 100% stock from the Present Toys figure. I did do minor modifications. So this jacket was missing 3 buttons from the front, which is screen accurate. I'm sorry. It's supposed to have 3 buttons in the front, and that would be screen accurate, but it was missing those 3. So that's what I did. I got the buttons from the Hot Toys jacket. I peeled them off and I glued them on this jacket. And supposedly this jacket is 100% leather. I guess it is. It feels like it. But yeah. Let's do a 360-degree turn so you guys can check it out. I am happy with it. It is, in my opinion, very screen accurate to how the jacket looked that Arnold was wearing in this movie. Look, they even have the T seam on the back. This is how you can tell the difference between the Terminator 1 jacket and the Terminator 2 jacket. So on the Terminator 2 jacket, it just has this one seam running across his shoulders. And it's a straight line, whereas this one is like kind of a V cut. Slightly, not very much. And then you get the seam running across vertically, which the Terminator 2 jacket does not have at all. And here's another thing, another difference. There's no buttons on the back, whereas on the Terminator 2 jacket, it does have 2 buttons, one there and one there. So that's that. That's one difference between these 2 jackets. And the only thing I will say about this jacket is that it's a little too oversized for this body, but it doesn't bother me because it's really not that noticeable. So yeah. But here's another difference. The pocket that you see there on the bottom on the Terminator 2, it's a lot higher, like up here. And this pocket is I think it's still there, but it's like off to the side over here, like above. And then another pocket right there. So yeah, that's the difference between the two jackets. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same between the Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 jackets. Um, but yeah, that does it for the jacket. Um, well, there's one more thing I probably should mention. The zippers on the sleeves here, they did have the faux leather. Like when you unzip it, there's a faux leather piece on the inside that you can see. This one doesn't have that. So I think that's worth mentioning. But anyway, we also get his sunglasses, which I do think are very accurate. The gargoyles that he was wearing in the movie. But the only thing about these glasses are you need to be very, very careful with them. They can fall off easy because they don't go around the ears. They're kind of just friction fit on his face. And they're very fragile. Like it's basically just a thin strip of plastic. So you got to be very delicate with it and make sure that you don't break it. And then you get the shirt on the inside, which I think is 100% accurate to the one that he wore in the movie. It's got these little patterns, like little lines or squares all throughout. And then you get the battle damage, the bullet holes and stuff. He's got one right there in the center of his chest and another one on his stomach, which is currently covered with the jacket. The Present Toys jacket is a little hard to zip up, but it's not impossible. It took me, I don't know, about less than 5 minutes maybe. So yeah. It's hard, but it's not that hard. Let me just put it that way. And then moving on to his cloth cargo pants. This is a difference. It's not 100% movie accurate. These are like a brown color, whereas on the movie they're like a very dark green type color. So yeah. But other than that, they are accurate. They got all the pockets in the right places and everything. So yeah. And these are the stock Hot Toys pants. So. And moving on down, we get the boots, which are a sculpted plastic. At least that's what they feel like. They're soft, but they're not that soft, I should say. The ankle articulation is still very limited, so there is only so much you can do with the ankle articulation. So yeah. But yeah, I think that covers all the outfit. The boots they are pretty much 100% accurate. I love these boots so much that I ended up getting an extra pair just to put on my Tech Noir version over there. Let's see if I could zoom in from here. Because the stock ones that the Tech Noir comes with were way too big. And they look like Frankenstein boots. So that's why I decided to give him these. And the pants too. Because the stock ones that the Tech Noir comes with are khaki colored, which is not accurate at all. I think the brown ones are closer to accurate than the khaki ones that the Tech Noir came with. So yeah, that covers all of the outfit. So I think I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, simply because they couldn't get the pants right. This was their second attempt at doing the pants, and they still didn't get it right. I think one thing that they added that's different to the Technor version is the button on the cargo pockets on the sides, on the thighs. The what's it called? The Technor version didn't come with any buttons at all. So yeah. And I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know if he had buttons in the movie on the pants like that. But anyway, so yeah, the outfit I think is gonna get a 9 out of 10. So yeah. All right, so that does it for the outfit. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. All right, so now we've made it to the category of articulation. And I got to tell you guys, I think this body was based off of the, I can't remember what number or designation it was. It was like a TTM-20 Advanced Muscular Body made by Hot Toys way back in the day. And I got to tell you guys that the proportions, it's a little too small to be Arnold Schwarzenegger during this era. So yeah. But as for the movement, we'll run it down as usual, starting from the top and working our way all the way to the bottom. So the head is connected right below the jawline via ball peg. It's a ball and socket joint, but he can't really tilt his head from side to side or look down very much. I'd say probably not even at all. He can look up pretty good, but everything else is, yeah, he can't he can't move down or side to side. Yeah, and he does do a full 360 rotation all the way around. Good shoulder shrug, butterfly joints. He can turn his arms a full 360 degrees all the way around, though you do have to mind the jacket so you don't tear that. There's a lot of wiggle room since it is a oversized jacket. It fits him kind of big, so you got room to work with. And he does have bicep swivel, double bend elbows, and standard wrist pegs made by Hot Toys. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the upper body. The ab crunch is pretty good. Yeah, he can crunch forward a decent amount and backward as well. Good waist swivel too. And as for the hip to crotch area, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It does get hindered a lot by the pants. So yeah. But the good thing is that these are cloth pants, so they're very durable. Though you can't really spread. He can't do the splits, obviously, but this is probably as far as you can spread the legs. Um, Maybe a little bit further, but that would be pushing it. He does have double bend knees. He's got thigh swivel, um, and standard ball and socket ankle pegs. I think they're the large or long versions because of the boots. So yeah. But like I said before, the ankles you don't you get very limited movement on that. You could rock it just maybe slightly from side to side, and same thing with going up and down with the toes. So yeah, but they do a full 360 degrees all the way around. So there's that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. So I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because of the neck articulation. They have no excuse for making it so limited when they've done other figures in the past way better uh, neck articulation. With this style of neck with the ball and socket joint, yeah, it shouldn't have that problem. Um, and also the ankles, they could have been better too. So that's why it gets an 8 instead of a 10. So yeah. All right. So that does it for the articulation. Now we're going to move on to the next category. All right. So now we've made it to the category of accessories. So we'll start with the hands. It comes with a total of 9 hands. And they're all gloved. I don't know if they're accurate because in the movie I do remember seeing, if you see this this arch right here, like really close to his wrist, I think that's supposed to be skin. Like we're supposed to be able to see his skin right there. So I don't know. But anyway, they're really good. They're textured. They got the wrinkles in the right places. Um, yeah, it really looks like they're gloved hands. And then we got these battle damaged gloved hands. So you can see kind of the metal on the inside. So that's cool. So he comes with a pair of fists and a pair of gun holding hands, right and left for both. And then he comes with this cradling his rifle hand. Comes with 2 relaxed hands and the battle damage hands. And then he comes with the extremely battle damaged extra head sculpt, which also has a light up function as well. Works the same as the less battle damaged head. And then he comes with a spare pair of wrist pegs and a spare amount of buttons, just in case the ones on the jacket fall off. I wish I would have known, or I wish I would have remembered that I had these spare buttons because I could have used them when I put the buttons on the Present Toys jacket. Yeah. But at least I still have spares, so. And then we come to the weapons. So we'll start off with the AMT Hardballer 45 long slide. Yeah, 45 caliber. And it's got laser sighting, obviously. But, you know, it doesn't, the figure itself doesn't actually have the laser sight. So, yeah. But it does all the functions that you'd expect. The magazine can come out, the slide can cock backward, and so can the hammer. It can cock backward as well. So that's cool. And then we also get the Smith & Wesson Model 15 revolver. So so the Terminator did use this revolver toward the end of the movie. After he ran out of ammo with the AR-15 assault rifle, he switches to this weapon. And then he tries to shoot Sarah with it. But I gotta tell you guys, I don't think that Hot Toys got the accuracy right. This looks more like a 44 or a 45 Magnum rather than a Model 15. Because the barrel looks too long. Yeah. So I don't think that's right. But yeah, it's supposed to be nickel plated, but this doesn't look nickel plated to me. It looks just like regular steel. But yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So it comes with what you'd expect. The hammer on this gun, it only moves. It really doesn't move at all, honestly. It moves like very, very tiny bit. The cylinder does pop out, but you have to be careful because you can lose it. It's a very small piece and it can fall off the gun. So be mindful of that. We also get the Franchi Spaz 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. So you can switch from pump action to auto. Really nice. This is the one that he uses to tear up the police station. And he also uses it to kill the gun shop owner. When he says that they closed early, they really did close early, but not in the way that he expected. They closed with police tape all around the gun shop. And then we get the Armalite AR-15. So yeah, really nice weapon. This is also the weapon that he uses to tear up the police station as well. He pretty much dual wields both the Spaz 12 gauge and the Armalite. So, and then it also comes with the tape that attaches two magazines together for quick reload action. And they do come out as you'd expect. But here's the thing, guys. Hot Toys decided to use actual tape to tape these two magazines together. I don't know why they decided to do that, because it is starting to tear. And yeah. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. So, but anyway, so the magazines do come out, and the lever here also cocks backward, as you can see. It's spring loaded, so yeah. And that's it. That's all the accessories. We also get this base, which is pretty awesome. I got to tell you guys, it's like diorama style. It's supposed to represent the road right after they crash in the final chase of the movie. So you see blood splattered all over. You see the yellow lines that divide the direction of which way cars go. You get like a little black stain right there. I guess that's supposed to be like tire marks or oil, maybe. I don't know, from the truck. And then little pieces of something broken. It maybe there are pieces of the motorcycle he was driving spread out through all the road here. And then you get bullet casings spread through all the base. And then these are actually shotgun shells that I decided to put myself on. They're not glued to the base or anything. It's just an added thing that I decided to put. And then we also get the nitroglycerin bombs that Kyle Reese made that he was chucking at the Terminator while he was chasing them. This is glued on to the base. You can't take it off. But it does have a real wick. So that's cool. But yeah, I love it. So I think for the accessories, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, I guess we could have come with an extremely battle damaged look, like where the jacket's all tore up and the pants and maybe the boots too, like an extra outfit. But maybe that would have been asking too much. They definitely would have raised the price on that if we would have got something like that. But I'm happy with what we got. I still think it deserves a 10 out of 10. Oh, also, it comes with an instruction manual. I forgot to mention that as well, but I kept that in the box. This is pretty easy to understand how it works. I don't think you really need much instructions. But yeah, there you go, guys. That does it for the accessories, and now we're going to add up the score and wrap up this review. All right, so to add up the score and wrap up this review, guys, this figure gets a 56 out of 60. And that's a very high score. You guys know how picky I can be with my figure reviews. So, yeah, I highly recommend this figure. Although, it's kind of not fair, the outfit category, because you guys know the problems that this figure has with its jacket. So finding a Hot Toys Terminator 1 battle damaged figure, that's not had its jacket all peeled and disintegrated. It's gonna be hard, guys, trying to find that. And yeah, so that's a major problem. Unless you're willing to do what I did and get the Present Toys jacket but I got to tell you guys, it's not a cheap thing to do. So just be mindful if you decide to pick this figure up, because I live out here in California, and it's not that humid, and we got dry heat, and the jacket still managed to disintegrate. So I don't think there's anywhere on the world that's safe for this figure, the jacket, not to disintegrate. So yeah, please be careful when you guys decide, if you guys decide to purchase this figure. So yeah. And as for the in-art figure, the in-art version of this figure, you know, go for it. If you don't own the Hot Toys version already, I would say go for it. But it's not gonna be cheap because I believe it is a 2 pack. So it comes with the extremely battle damage version, which is what you see here, and the sunglasses version. But me, I'm happy with the Hot Toys and what I did to fix the issues it had. So yeah, I'm not gonna be picking up the in art version. But yeah, that about wraps up this review, guys. Um, I probably should have done this review a long time ago, but I just never got around to it. But now that they're going to be releasing the in art version, I decided now's as good a time as any. So yeah. But as per usual, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And if you like the review, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. But until next time, guys, I shall catch you all later on the tube. All right. Bye, guys.